Hello again and welcome back. So in this lecture, you're gonna learn when it's worth to take your business to the next level by following 4 simple guidelines. Let's dive in. So before actually creating our niche store, we want to make sure that that launch is successful and that it's worthwhile. And there's going to be 4 guidelines that we need to fulfill before it's going to be worthwhile. Now the first is going to be to have a general store for between 3 to 6 months. Now there are several reasons for this. One of the reasons is going to be that you want to have a bunch of different profitable and successful products already, because that is going to be the only way for you to find out what should you actually create a niche store about, right? So if you have a general store and you understand, all right, look, these are the products that are actually profitable for me and they are within this niche. So this is the type of niche store that I should be creating. Then it's time for you to create that niche store. And giving your general store a minimum of 3 to 6 months is going to give you not only the experience that you need, but also the time to start finding those profitable products. Then when it's time for you to create that niche store, you do not change your general store. You create an additional store. That's important to remember because your general store is already profitable, right? So we create a new store when we create our niche store, but give it at least 3 to 6 months. Now the second reason to give it 3 to 6 months is for you to properly understand the system. We're not just talking about understanding the entire dropshipping system, but we're also talking about how do you find profitable products? How do you make sure that the design in your website is effective for your sales? How do you keep a good contact with the supplier? How do you make sure that you're running profitable ads and know how to scale those ads safely and effectively? And of course, when the orders are coming in, do you know how to handle those orders, how to properly fulfill them, and what about the returns? Do you know simply how the system works and how to actually run a profitable store? Right? So once you understand the system, once you can run your store and you have some experience under your belt, that is when you're going to be ready for the next step, right? So those are 2 criteria. Now, the third is to have a niched audience. The only way that you're going to have a niched audience is by understanding which products that you have that are already profitable. So once you start getting profitable products in your general store within a certain niche, you can try more products within that niche. Well, if those products aren't profitable by running your ad set, by looking at the data just like you know how to do already, well, then it's probably time to try some other products and search for different niches, right? So when we're doing our general store, we're always on the lookout for which are our profitable products and what niche are they in. And that brings us to the final and fourth point, to have a minimum of 5 profitable products. So when you have at least 5 profitable products in your general store that all go within the same niche, that can be whatever niche, that can be a pet niche, it can be a goth niche, it could be a bohemian niche, doesn't matter what niche it is. When you have 5 profitable products within that same niche, that also means that you have a niched audience. That also means that you're already running a profitable store because you have 5 profitable products, right? So you understand the system, and it's probably gonna take you a minimum of 3 to 6 months, if not more, for you to gather those 5 profitable products within the very same niche. So that means that once you've fulfilled all of these 4 guidelines, you are ready to move on and create a niche store. That is becoming an expert within that field. But once again, there's no point in becoming an expert in a field where there's no income. So stick to the basic, follow these guidelines, and do not move on to a niche store before you can check all of these 4 boxes off. Then you're ready, then you create the niche store and do just like you've done before, just that you focus on those 5 profitable products and that specific niche. All right, so now you understand when you're ready to create a niche store. Let's move on to the next lecture. See you in the next lecture.